Hello everyone. This is in the continuation of the yesterday's lecture that we were working on, which is in which I stated that I'll be showing you some examples in Kaggle, and that's what we have done. So you can click on this link, and you will be landing directly into this page. So this is a new notebook that I've created from on Kaggle. So once you create a new notebook on Kaggle, Kaggle gives you the initial codes to set the environment, and we have to execute it. So that's what I'm going to do to set the environment and get us rolling. So this is the first thing that I've done. And then in the next three characters, or sorry, the next three lines, I've created three different variables with the name of mystr, mystr1 and mystr2, in which I'm placing in string values, and the string values are in mixed cases. You can see beautiful, a word beautiful has a capital B, and day has a capital D there. And in the first line, in the second variable, which is str1, we have D capital and days, and in str2 we have I capital in in the string value. So the first thing that we are going to look at is the methods called capitalize. But before I take you there, what I've done is I've divided the string methods into case changes, format, and encode. So I'll be giving you that information with along with the other learning that we'll be doing. So case changes would help us in making the changes in the cases. So in that sequence, the first one comes as capitalize. So capitalize, what does it do? It changes the first character of the first word of a sentence, or might be a string, to capital case, whereas it converts all the other characters in that string to lowercase. So you can see in this example, I'm using the three strings that I've created above, and then writing down the values in the capitalized. So I'm just going to run it, and you will see that irrespective of what kind of inputs we have given you, it goes to the first character and capitalize it if it can. Else it will change everything into lowercase from the first one. So if you're using any number and spaces as the first value there, you will find out that none of the character is capitalized, and that's what capitalize does. It returns a string. It takes no parameter. It only makes the first alphabet of the text capital. It changes all the alphabets and character to the lowercase except the first character of the first word of the string. And then if you see here, I'm using an escape sequence, which is /n, so that I can get the output in three different lines. And then I had to write down the three outputs in print. I could have written down three print statements, or I plan to do it only in once to see the three different output, because if I just write down the string, it will not show me the outputs in three different lines. So having done that, you can see this is single line comments which start with an hash, and this part is a multi-line comment which has three lines. You can see I've written on print hello. It is not giving me any error or warning, and it is not executing it as well, but it is showing it just the way that I've written it. So that's where the multi-line comments comes in picture. The next is uppercase, so I can write on my string dot upper, my string one dot upper, and my string two dot upper. If I execute this, although the output is still lying there, but I'll just run it again. So if you run it, you will see that it capitalizes all the characters in that particular string. So that's what the upper would be doing. Similarly, if I talk about the lower is just doing what opposite of what upper is doing. Upper is changing all the characters to the uppercase. Lower is converting all the characters to lowercase. So that's what you see. Everything is in lowercase there. The next is casefold. Casefold does the exact same thing what is done by lower. So this is the text before making the changes, and this is after making the changes. We have written down two different print statements. The next part is to check whether it is in lower or uppercase. So that's what I've done. I've written down the string value as in my string variables, which is str, str1, str2. Then I've written down a string statement which checks or which just shows you that whether it is in lowercase or not. So this is just a statement which will be printed as it is, and then I can write down here whether it is a lowercase. It will check whether the all the characters in that particular string in the lowercase. If it is not, it will give us the false answer. So let me just run it, and you can see that it is giving me that it is a beautiful day, and it is not in lowercase, so it is false. Similarly, one, it is beautiful day, it is not all in lowercase because D is capital here. Similarly, I is capital here, and that's the reason we get three false. But the moment I change it to the lower, so lower, it converts everything into the lowercase, and lowercase is lower will give me true. Similarly, if you're talking about the upper, I'll check the upper ones, and we can see that it has two characters as upper, but the other characters are lower, so that's the reason it is giving me false. Similarly, there is only one character in the capitalized, but not everything is capitalized, so that will give me false. And similarly, for the third one, it has I capital, so it is giving me false. For the last statement, if you see, I've changed everything to the upper and then compared it, and that's the reason it is giving me true. The next part that I wanted to talk about was titles. So, title is in which the first alphabet of all the words in string is capital, whereas the other alphabets uh, of the word, that is after the second alphabet of all the words, including the second one, are in lower cases. So that's what this example is doing, and then I can check whether it is in title or not. So let me just run it again. You can see this is a beautiful day, and it is a beautiful day. It has now have or now it consists of the first alphabet or character of all the words in capital case, and that's what it does. And then I'm checking whether it is in the title case. It says false, 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 because it is not. And then when I do it in the capital case and I check it, it says true, it is. So that's all that I was able to cover today, and I'll be joining in tomorrow with few more demos. I thought it would take less time, but now I'm feeling that this would be taking a bit longer because there will be other methods that I wanted to talk about as well. So tomorrow I'll be also showing you some more methods of the string. With that, uh, I need to thank you for watching, and good day. Bye bye.